There is only one true House of the Dragon on this planet, and it's located in Indonesia's Komodo National Park. On these stunning volcanic islands, survivors of the dinosaur age still live and thrive. We first walked amongst the Komodo Dragons back in 2010 when we sailed here on the Penisi Umbar Puri, and we're now keen to see one of the Earth's rarest animals once more. But Komodo National Park holds many other treasures, including breathtaking views, sand beaches tinged with pink, and amazing underwater life. Join us as we set out to experience it all. This is Indonesia, Australia's near neighbour, yet with many parts that feel as remote as anywhere on Earth. This nation of over 17,000 islands, a melting pot of 1,300 distinct ethnic groups and cultures, is where we plan to explore. Transportation methods can be limited in these far-flung places, but we have our Dreamtime, not only our means of travel, but also our floating home. We invite you to sail along with us on our 41-year-old ketch as we set out on an adventure of a lifetime. Welcome to Season 4, Dreamtime in Indonesia. Well, welcome to Komodo National Park. This is our first stop. We're going to 5 or 6 different places through the park today. We did elect to do a speedboat tour of Komodo. The place is a lot bigger than you think. It's quite spread out, and for us to bring the boat in, we would have had to sail to a destination, spend a day there at least to see the sights, and then spend another day sailing to the next one, spend the day there. And we just don't have that amount of time available, unfortunately, so we elected to do a speedboat tour, and we can have a look at 5 or 6 of the spots in one day. This is the first one, and it's a very different Komodo National Park to the one we visited back in 2010. So yeah, 23 years since we've been here. The big difference? I think there was about, 20 people on the whole island last time we came. This time there was probably 20 boatloads of people. But we're off. The first stage is quite a serious hike up to a lookout. Well, just add snow and freezing conditions and you'd swear we're about to summit Mount Everest, because the queue up the top is looking very, very similar. I did mention it's very, very different 23 years later since our last visit. Tourism has arrived at Komodo. It's only 20 past 8 in the morning, but I reckon it's pretty warm.
It feels like an Australian heat wave, I have to tell you, up here.
Well, for the next probably 150 stairs, we'll be in the shade of the hill.
Oh, now that we're back in the sun, that heat is starting to bite.
It's very safe to say that I've worked up a hell of a sweat here. We're not going to get to the summit because of safety reasons. They've said this is as far as it goes. There's probably only around about 60 or 70 people up here on this spot at the moment. The tour company's terms and conditions for this trip were that participants had to be over 5 and less than 60 to take part. So Robin and I both ticked the box that we're over 5. So Robin, 800 stairs, were they worth it?
I was counting them at first and I lost count. I think there's more than 800.
But it's well worth it, isn't it?
That's good.
Okay.
Terima kasih. Sama-sama.
After climbing and descending Padar's 800 plus steps each way, it was good to rest our legs on the fast trip across to the world famous Komodo Island. Here our little group of 6 from our Dreamtime and Rahana was assigned a National Parks guide for our trek through the bush. It wasn't long before we encountered our first dragon near the beach, which reluctantly let us tourists pose alongside for our must-have videos and photos. No, Karen's not actually leaning on its head. It's simply me trying to be clever with the camera angles.
We were back here at Komodo Island in 2010 and it has changed quite a bit. The change has been the number of people that are now here. Tourism has certainly found Komodo. Nine years. So
yes.
she's just over
Yeah.
the 9 years.
9.
Yeah.
I don't have to get close.
Our guide was excellent and explained that Komodo dragons prey on just about anything that moves and eat by holding the carcass down with their forelegs and tearing large chunks of flesh before swallowing with no need for any chewing. For smaller prey up to the size of a goat, their loosely articulated jaws, flexible skulls and expandable stomachs allow them to swallow the prey whole. The Komodo Island group, we're in a rain shadow, so it's quite dry here at this time of the year. It will get rain and a wet season through the northwest monsoon season. And December's the wettest months, and apparently that's when the dragons are most active as well. Other than the fact that around June, July it's a mating season, so they get on the hop then as well. But we've been in all of this really dense jungle and rainforest, and you come to Komodo and these islands and it's dry. But so incredible with the wildlife here. The number of bird species that are found on the island is incredible, and many of them are the same as we find in Australia, including the cockatoos, etc. It's been interesting to come back after 10 years. Last time we were here, we went for a trek and we never saw another group on the trails at all. This time we're passing another group about every 3 minutes. It's changed a bit, but absolutely still one of a kind in the world. The only place you'll find Komodo dragons is here on Komodo Island and Rinka, and there's around 1,500 Komodos by their reckoning. The population is stable, and they do a lot for conservation to make sure that they keep this unique animal off the endangered list. Our stop for lunch is the Pink Beach, this beautiful golden sand beach, and it certainly has a very pink tinge when you have a look at the water rolling in these little waves. And it's brought about by red coral in the deep water further out, and as it breaks down, well, those little particles of red end up mixed with the sand, and it really does provide this pink tinge right across it, but more pronounced where the waves wash in and out. Ready for some chicken?
Ayam.
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 Ayam is Indonesian for?
Chicken.
So it's ayam goreng, because
Ayam
it's
goreng.
chicken that's deep fried.
coming back to the boat, heading into the current, and these two Manta Rays came up and went, go to the boat, we're going back to the Manta Ray. It's so good. So good. We then went swimming with the Manta Ray. Now we've been swimming with the turtles and into what they call the coral garden here in